guys, what's going on? It's an early one tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I have a couple of commitments that I need to address, but more than less, Bitcoin is doing some very interesting behavior. I hope everyone is doing well. How are we this evening? Classic Bart play. I know what you're saying about that Bart move. Here it is. That's the Bart head. I like what you said there, bro. That's funny. Unhappy days? Nah, man. It's called understanding days. It's called if you go against the market maker, you pay the price. Okay? I have jumped on a little bit sooner than expected. I don't know if this has been shared across the board with Discord. Has anyone come from the notification from Discord? Nah, this isn't a flash crash. Nah. Yeah, Pancho. Forex has been very interesting. Changed up direction, man. This is it. The cycle is the cycle. Yep, okay, cool. So Discord shared it. Nice, perfect. Didn't come from Discord. Lovely. If you are new to the channel, mad love for coming through. Yeah, guys, look, man, this is what we've been waiting for. Remember, fast move is the false move. That's what you need to keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just waiting for a few more people to pass through. Fast move is the false move. That's what we need to keep in our minds at all times. All right, then let's have a look here. Who we got in the room? Who's in the room? Macedonia, that's awesome. You understood the move and took advantage. Wonderful. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear people taking advantage of these mad moves by the market makers. It's stank of shorts. Yeah, probably. Dollar yen made some mad move to the upside. Dollar yen is so extended. I'm waiting for a short to come into play. So it's all good. Couple of hours before the madness, you sold at 68,632. Number one rule, pay yourselves. That's the nature of the game, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it's all about. Steve sold 69 cents worth of Bitcoin. That is why price has done exactly what it's done. Okay? How we doing, guys? How are we this evening? What's good? You got the Tokyo drift. Yeah, but Raki, did you close it in the profit? If you closed it in the profit, why are you frustrated? You never knew that it was going to continue lower. That's the thing. Yep. All right, and ladies and gentlemen, if you are new to the channel, be sure to like and subscribe. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, let's roll out and have a conversation to understand exactly what is going on in the chart. So let's go. It's going to be a bit of a short live tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So I wanted to get on sooner so that you guys had an understanding of what to expect moving forward. But you can see bright as day. Bitcoin, the fast move happened earlier on today, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? It happened earlier on, and it was something that I wasn't too particularly happy with. Okay? Now, this was a projection that I'd done earlier on for the Patreons. I sent the Patreons the message and I said to them, okay, guys, looking at the way Bitcoin is behaving, they are trying to capitalize on the highs right here, as you can see. Spike, 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 and spike again. Whenever you see this sort of behavior in the charts, ladies and gentlemen, this sort of behavior right here is not that there's any indecision. There is no such thing as indecision in the marketplace. This is the market maker trying to get hold of the liquidity that the retail trader is planting in the chart. Remember, it's all about orders. Okay, whether they're liquidations or sell stops, buy stops, you name it. It's all an order to the market maker and an obligation to fulfill the commitment of the trade. Okay, so as a liquidity provider, his goal is to make sure that price has made its match. It's made a market. So when you see this behavior right here, when they're wicking the upside, they are favoring lower prices because they're tapping the highs and they're not going any further. They're just pulling the liquidity from the longs. The retail trader, obviously today, I got a message from crypto.com saying to me that Bitcoin and Ethereum was at all-time highs. Now imagine if you get that message and you're just new to the game of crypto, you're going to quickly run to the crypto.com app and you're going to try and make some purchases because you don't want to miss out on Bitcoin going up in value, because we make this conception in our minds that because it's rising, it means it's going to continue to rise. That wasn't the case, ladies and gentlemen. You can see bright as day that we were expecting a sharp move back down because a fast move, false move out of the zone. If you watched today's stream earlier on, we were talking about the fact that Bitcoin made a move to the upside and it didn't go anywhere else. The ground that it gained was nothing. How can you give me such a big vector candle like this and not gain any ground? Look at how far it was from yesterday's high. The spike up in price and they brought it straight down. Nah, not thankful for that. Not grateful at all. Didn't like it. There was no conviction. They set the trap. And before you know it, they made their recovery all the way down to the vector candle. And as you can see, they made that move happen right there. Mad move, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? You know? So the whales are keeping the long traders hanging around. Try again, and they keep taking it. Well, look, whales had to pay a price right here. But the thing is, with whales, ladies and gentlemen, whatever they like to call them, okay, they're still retail traders. They just have a lot more money than the average Joe, okay? Now, what constitutes a whale? All right, is it an individual person? Is it a conglomerate of people that all use one address? What is a whale? Now, we do know certain whales. There are certain people out there with a lot of cryptocurrency. And when they start buying and selling, people start rushing to the charts thinking that price is going to be moving higher. Well, I'm not being funny with you, ladies and gentlemen, but no whale, okay, would be buying when price is rising, okay, because he would mess up the market. He would have to wait for it to drop down lower, okay? So whales sometimes they do actually apply the market maker methods, but their goal is to dump as much money as they can into the charts, okay? I wouldn't call whales traders. They just want to get in at the right time and then wait for the popularity of a move to bring price to the upside or to the downside in their favor so that they can take a profit from it, okay? But this is what I'm trying to get across to you guys to help you understand the movement of price. Tell me, how was I to understand that this move was a false move? Okay? Tell me what you think. How many of you understood that this was screaming a retrace? And let's be honest. Yeah? Christian, yeah, I know sometimes my speech gets a little bit slurred out. I do lose my mind a little bit with the speech, but hey. What is it in this chart that gave you the reason to believe that? There you go. 3 aggressive moves. Pink vector at the top. Yep. It happened too fast. Exactly. You know? Too fast. Fast move is the false move. Slow trend is the true trend. That's the truth of it all, ladies and gentlemen. And that's what I want to try and convey across to all of you. Okay? All right, then. Where are we at right now? Okay, so just having a look at something. You guys in the room yet? Only when it's not a real breakout. Agreed? I'll agree to that. TDI outside the volatility band. Yeah, you can start using other factors as well. Is the dump done? Nah. I wouldn't say the dump is done. Galispera XP, how you doing, man? Got some love for my guys from Cyprus or Greece. Wherever they're from. Yes, whenever there's too much interest, whenever there's open interest has been increased, or it's rising, people using loads and loads of leverage. What, you think these guys actually care if Bitcoin's going to go to 100k? The only people that care about Bitcoin going to 100k is the person that's prepared to buy Bitcoin at one point and expect it to get to another point at a later stage, okay? The crypto enthusiast is the one who wants Bitcoin to go to 100k. The market maker doesn't care, all right? All he cares about is, has he got a lot of money trapped in one zone against the next? Imagine this, market maker, he's committed hundreds of millions of dollars worth of trades trapped in this zone because people think that this is where Bitcoin's going to make an all-time high. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a classic example of a probe. They did it again. A probe constitutes of when price hits a zone very sharply and pulls straight back because there's tons of orders in that zone, man. People commit money. They think that if it can go towards 69,000, then it's going to continue from that point. Well, they paid the price. They paid the price for that, ladies and gentlemen, and the poor, unfortunate souls that have been caught out in liquidation points are paying the price. They're paying the price. Tell me, how do you understand any Fibonacci's with this? How do you understand MACDs? How do you understand stochastics when these moves happen so fast out of the range? Stochastics and MACDs and Fibonacci's don't factor in for this sort of thing, okay? It's based over a period of time. When you see these fast moves happen out of nowhere, you know market makers preparing price, and we were talking about it today. It was not what we wanted. I didn't like it at all. You know? Yeah, dumping is what the Moon Boy says. No disrespect to the Moon Boy, because the Moon Boy, quite frankly, he tells me what his intentions are, and the market maker is going to be reacting based on what the Moon Boy does. You see, the Moon Boy was very optimistic about himself earlier on today. Very optimistic. Well, guess what? The Moon Boy paid the price. He held his longs. He thought it was going to be buying the dip. Well, at what point do you say it's not going to be buying the dip? Which then leads me to the next topic as well, ladies and gentlemen. How much money are you prepared to pay in order to accept that you are wrong? You know? The fibs are fibbing. What a guy. The fibs are fibbing. Bollinger Band contracted on the 1 minute chart. Most likely, especially on the 1 minute chart. Market maker is the house or casino. In my opinion, they provide the liquidity to the exchanges. Correct, Saeed. They are the house. They are the casino. They are the bookies. They are the liquidity providers. Without them, we can't make a trade. Yes, Bitcoin will probably go to 200k, but we don't care about 200k. I don't care about the 90k or 100k. All right? All I'm talking about is why Bitcoin made one move from one point to the next, and I need to understand why. Why? Because they're going to do it again. They will do this sort of thing. What have we said? The market maker needs to move price higher so that he can get it cheaper by using other people's liquidity. Yeah? He guarantees himself a filled position with the liquidation points that are set with the way price moves to the upside. Do we understand that? Yeah? Mr. Thompson, it's a pleasure. Absolute pleasure, my friend. D-Text circuits. Bitcoin disparity between Shiba and Doge. Normally when Bitcoin drops down, Shiba moves, then Doge, or vice versa. I still think there are certain coins, they're just fun to trade. True. Yeah, it's very true. Such a honey bunny. So is the market maker using CPI number that was released today as a reason for the pump? Joseph, market makers operate in all sectors, whether it's commodities, stocks, forex, crypto, you name it. They are liquidity providers. Now, could you imagine? Market maker at the start of the month, he's got his books, okay? And he understands how and what he needs to do. He's got a plethora of clientele. When I say clientele, I'm talking about brokerages, exchanges that he provides liquidity to. Okay. Now, for example, Binance. Binance allows you to trade predominantly cryptocurrency, but there are also other platforms that allow you to trade forex, commodities, stocks, and they too need liquidity. So when you've got a CPI number coming out, especially for dollar, all right, and 90% of assets out there are traded against the US dollar, the market maker then says to himself, okay, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a target to accumulate X amount of profit from this amount of time. Okay, what have we got? We've got Bitcoin formulating certain zones. We've got Forex, dollar yen looking like it wants to do X, Y, and Z. The news is related to dollar. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we're going to do. We're going to pump gold. We're going to put money into gold to create the fear of investors that price or the news is going to be bad for the US, okay? Because today's announcements of news was unexpected. They didn't expect the CPI to be so well, okay? So they pumped gold. So all the investors were taking their money out of risk-off assets, okay, risk-on assets, and putting it into gold, which is why gold was making massive moves to the upside. At the same time, dollar, or should I say Bitcoin, which will be deemed as an asset that you can hedge against, especially on the CME, okay, you would think that when Bitcoin is rising, dollar would be dropping, but it was the other way round. Today, whilst Bitcoin was rising, okay, dollar was also holding, but it was also rising at the same time. But gold was rising at the same time as well. There seemed to be this play around with the way they were moving the markets. Now, this is where the disparity comes into play, ladies and gentlemen. How do you understand? If gold rises and dollar rises at the same time, who's going to break first? Because what you're saying to me is when gold is rising, it means investors are seeking a safe haven, so they put their money into gold. But then dollar was rising at the same time. By principle, we should have seen gold drop when the news was positive. And it did drop for a short moment, but then it zoomed straight back up. A lot of money's going into cryptocurrency. So the market maker himself says, okay, you know what? We can exploit this because we've got pools of liquidity coming to us by the thousands. And it's just an opportunity for us to make a ton of money. And that's all it is. Market maker has a target from the start of the month to the end of the month, and he's going to fulfill that obligation for all these exchanges that come to them requesting orders, and they do it all on those algorithms. That is the business model, ladies and gentlemen. It's preying on the fear and greed of the traders who have got money that they want to risk, whether it's institutional traders, governments, hedge funds, you name it. Okay? They all come to this game right here and they try and exploit it. Well, they end up paying the price for it. Because you need to understand this, ladies and gentlemen. If a hedge fund comes in and buys X amount of Bitcoin, okay? If he buys, for example, $500 million worth of contracts to favor Bitcoin to the upside, okay? He can't offload those trades straight away. He has to do them in certain segments. But when price absolutely annihilates and drops, that hedge fund's going to have a problem trying to get rid of his positions. You know? He's going to get margin called all day, every day. That's why they move fast. That's why I don't like fast moves, because fast move is a false move. For me, it's an opportunity to exploit. But when I see a fast move happening in a move that's happening to the upside, it stinks of market maker behavior. That's the nature of the game, ladies and gentlemen. This is the business that we are in. Bitcoin now is coming down to try and recover this whole vector zone and recover this previous wick by hitting yesterday's low. Okay, if Bitcoin does release lower, okay, we will then see these zones in the chart. All right, we will likely see the 64K zone. Now, remember, ladies and gentlemen, from 68, okay, 68,800 all the way down to 63,200. It's only a 5K range. It's not, we're not alien to that. You remember when Bitcoin was stuck in that 4K zone for absolutely ages, when it was jumping up and down between the 48 and the 44. Yeah, we all remember that, don't we? They may actually decide to do such a thing in this range right here, which will give time for the altcoins to make their moves. Are we all on the same page, ladies and gentlemen? Does the market makers make losses? They do make losses, but they know that they're going to make it back. You know? They know exactly that they're going to make it back. They are never in red. Or should I not say that they're never in red, but they'll never close their books at a red. How can you be at a loss when you are controlling the factor of where price is going to be going? You know? It's crazy. I don't, to be honest with you, I don't pay attention to many channels out there, okay, that are creating FOMO or that are, you know, hyping people up. I mean, if you want entertainment, fair game, you know, that's what you do. But I'm here to tell you exactly what the game is about, okay? Are we right 100% of the time? No. Why? We're in uncertainty, ladies and gentlemen. And surprise, surprise, this is a game of speculation, you know? It's professional guessing. That's what it is. No two ways about it. But if you understand the market structure and how they have to move price in order to get it from one point to the next, done. All right? So, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a look at what's been happening across the board so we can understand this behavior. Look, no altcoin is gaining anything. Our watch list is taking a battering. Look at the altcoins themselves. Chromia, man, look at this bad boy. This thing ain't stopping for nothing. All right? This coin is a beast. If we look onto the higher time frames, where we at with that? All-time high, man. Like, who you gonna tell? I would call my mother and tell her, yo, mum, check out Chromia. It's a beastie coin. She'll be like, what's that? Is that metal? Nah, mum, it's a coin. So you could say it's metal, but it's digital. Anyway, forget that. But you get the idea. When you see a coin like this, when everything else across the board is taking a battering, you want to pay attention to it. The same with Cadena. Look at this bad boy. I told you guys, this wick is going to get recovered. It's going to take a little while, but they're already on their way. Keep an eye out on Cadena. Okay? CTSI, we were talking about this bad boy earlier on. And you can see it's now formed the rise, the retrace. And if Bitcoin continues lower, we're going to see a continuation. See, ultimately, if Bitcoin comes back to this zone and stays in this range, the altcoins are going to make a run for it. Jasmy, USDT. Okay? Look at what it's doing. Consolidating perfectly. Look how they're controlling this coin. Look how they're holding its gains. Not allowing it to go any lower. Just controlling it while the market does its mad movements to the upside, to the downside. Solana. Let's have a look at Solana. For my guy. Solana's taking a bleed, man. Solana does have some vector candles that she does need to come back down to. You've got this zone right here. And you've got this zone right here. Is it likely that Solana could realize returns here? Most definitely. Okay? She's already broken the 200 EMA. When she breaks certain boundaries, she breaks away from them aggressively. Okay? So just keep an eye out on Solana. She's moving fast. Okay? By that token, that tells me as well that Ethereum is actually going to be taking a beating as well. Let me get Ethereum up. Let me just add it to this right here. Okay then. Poor Ethereum. Poor, unfortunate Ethereum taking that beating. But to be frank with you, ladies and gentlemen, she's only coming back down to this point right here. Recovery of the green vector candle and stabilize at the 200 EMA. Every time she hits the 200 EMA, we do see a nice movement away from that point. Torum, yeah? XTM. Let's have a look at that. So just pay attention to this for a split second. So you've got, with these bases right here with Ethereum, okay, you've got that zone right there. And you've got this zone right here. Okay? Now, Ethereum, if it's going to continue higher, what's going on with this bad boy? Why is it stalling out on me, man? Come on. Let me get rid of this. There we go. By principle, Ethereum should stabilize at this point if the move to the upside is consistent. What we need to understand, ladies and gentlemen, is at the all-time highs, and I've said this to you before, we haven't got anything to the left side of the chart to make the assumption that they're coming back to any vector zones. Now we do. Now you can see that they've got red vector candles appearing right here with no recovery. We know at some point they're going to come back to this point in the chart, which will sit at the 4,760 zone. Look at that. Now that's another point in the chart that they could try and come back up to. So this is where the footprint is, ladies and gentlemen. When you're dealing with a coin at an all-time high and you can't look left, but you can only anticipate the hard right, wait and see what they're doing right now. Are you seeing vector candles that by principle they could be coming back to? Okay? Just look at all the red vector candles. They always come back towards them. For every green vector candle you see, they're going to be coming back down to with the red vector candle. Why? Because there's an imbalance in the chart. Imbalance, and they will need to fill that void of the imbalance. Okay? When you look at the book map, all right, when there's an imbalance of more limit sells against the limit buys, you're understanding that if there is an imbalance which favors limit sells, price is going to be going higher and hitting those sell orders. Okay? At the same time, the market maker is going to be hitting the buy limits or the limit buys when there is an imbalance that favors the limit buys. So they move price down lower. Okay? 200 EMA on Ethereum is in sight. So just please be careful. Be mindful of what's going on there, guys. All right? XTM. Let's have a look at XTM for my guy. What is that? Why do we have to put that sign? XTM. What is that? Torum. I need to know what that is. What kind of coin is it? Rat beer. What is that coin, man? Is this what you want me to look at? Bro, what on earth is this coin, man? Nah, I ain't right. $3,000. Like, what's going on there? Nah. Have I got the right coin? Have I got the right coin? Can we say that the gap in the beta ETF needs to be filled so Bitcoin could drop until the gap is filled? Or is this the bit? Look, it's not. It doesn't reflect Bitcoin, okay, in any way, in terms of the price of it. All right, it doesn't affect it. It's just an exchange traded fund itself. Okay, so the price of the ETF doesn't have any symbolism as to what Bitcoin's price is going to be. However, the behavior of the way it moves can be related to Bitcoin. Right? Okay. Someone's saying Bitcoin now. Something's happening. Oh, my days. Bitcoin. Look at that, man. She came and tapped that zone. How unfortunate is that? Look at that. Complete annihilation. Vector zone 1, vector zone 2. Came and tapped it. Unbelievable. Be careful, guys. Be very careful of what's going on in the chart. These moves are sharp. There is a ton, an absolute ton of liquidity that has just left the charts. Market maker has just snapped up everyone's liquidity, and he's now just added more longs in the chart. What do you see, ladies and gentlemen? 1, 2, 3 hits. Where have we seen that before? Where have we seen that sort of behavior, ladies and gentlemen? Is it a good time to buy Bitcoin? Ah, man. It's not that, is it a good time to buy Bitcoin? It's, do you understand why you need to buy or why you need to sell? That's the question. Okay, you need to understand that. They are cashing out right now, ladies and gentlemen. Is Ethereum dropping as well? Let's just bring up both charts just so we can save ourselves the worry of moving up and down. Ooh, there it is right there. Ethereum, where you at? There it is. She's holding the 200 EMA. Holding. Bitcoin coming back up. If you go onto the smaller time frames, you're going to see some madness right there. Patreons. This is something we spoke about with the Patreons. The V-shaped pattern. You saw this today. And guess what? You're seeing it again. Price moves aggressively away from the 50 EMA. Okay? Now look. Outside the volatility band. Tries to come back in sharply. Recovery always expected. Retrace. Continuation back up. Is that going to be the case? We need to know if this is the actual beefy move to the downside, if they are going to continue with it. That's what we need to do. Market makers, I need names. I just look at filled my longs. I just smashed profit. Wonderful. Guys, if you're taking trades, make sure you pay yourselves. Make sure that you pay yourselves. Okay? They're dumping it nicely. Mad dump. Unbelievable dump to the downside. Well, look. It looks like everything across the board is taking a hit. Okay? Something's happening. All right? We've had too many highs. Too many coins have been making mad moves. They need to pull the money. Are they preparing for the midweek reversal? Yeah? Are they preparing for midweek reversal? Sleep now. We will not win today with the market today. Of course you will. Evergrande defaulted. Ooh. Crank up the voltage, you know. Yeah, but then this will blow my face off, man. This is brilliant. I love this price action. They're only coming back down to points where we were last time, and we were at all-time highs, and everyone was buzzing. Okay? Keep your cool, ladies and gentlemen. This is normal. We need to see this. There are 2 points in the chart that Ethereum can come back down to on the lower time frames. Sorry, yeah, Ethereum. It's hit this point right here. 50% recovery of the vector candle right there. They've hit that imbalance. They've come into this imbalance as well. Bitcoin is trying to do exactly the same thing. KLV. Let's have a look at KLV. Kevlar. Okay then, standard. Fast move to the upside, bringing it back down into the fray. Just have a look at what it does. A commonality between this coin and the way it behaves when it spikes out. Every spike you see, it always sharply pulls back down, regulates, stabilizes, and if the intention is to pump it up again, they do exactly just that. So expect this coin, my friend, to actually finalize and just start holding in the range, doing this sort of behavior. Okay? That's what you want it to do. What is going on? The screens are moving too fast. Bitcoin is coming down towards the previous pool of liquidity, ladies and gentlemen. We need to get the chart up on that bad boy. Here you go. Bitcoin's making a bleed. Oh, come on. Why is my computer doing this to me? I need to kill the music. Here we go. Why are you doing this to me, man? Ah, man, I need to just sort this out. Here we go. Coming down towards the previous pool of liquidity, guys. Sit tight and just be mindful. This is a sharp candle. We have got 3 more minutes until the start of the next hour. Okay? Which by principle would be 4 o'clock in New York. So just be careful. I think that's what I need to do. I need to clear the TradingView cache. Binance has pulled back $615. We just need to see all eyes on Bitcoin right now. 2.5 minutes until we will know if they are preparing for an absolute annihilation and dropping Bitcoin down towards the 800 EMA, which is the 200 EMA on the 1 hour time frame, which they haven't hit for quite some time. Okay, so just sit tight. For anybody new to the channel, be sure to like and subscribe. How many likes have we got actually? 255 likes, ladies and gentlemen. There's 1,000 of you in the room. Show some love. And guess what? It's free. Likes are free. I like you. I hope you like me. How about that? Bruce Lee says, sell everything and run. What a guy. Cheers, mate. Saves me doing the streams, man. You know? This is what it's for, ladies and gentlemen. This is the name of the game that we are in. Okay? The name of the game is to understand why they're doing this. If you can understand why they're doing this, then you will understand bright as day, okay, that these market makers are operating in managed environments. Yes, things appear to be rigged, okay? But the game itself, man, boy, it preys on people's emotions, okay? How many moon boys are paying the price right now? How many liquidation points are being smacked up? I bet ExoCharts is having a mad run today. Let's actually have a look at ExoCharts for a split second. Let's see what they're doing on ExoCharts, just to put things into perspective. Let me bring that bad boy up for you. Okay, then, here we go. ExoCharts for you right now. Let's pump this up. What's going on here? Go away, man. What are you doing? There you go. Let's refresh this. Here we go. Right. So this is the tick chart for Bitcoin. I always look at the tick charts. Tick charts tell you more of a story across anything. I look at the 2,600 tick. All right. And we're going to know exactly where we stand right now. Here we go. Okay, nice. W formation on the tick chart. Just look at all those liquidation points that have been hit. The delta has absolutely been smashing the downside. Everyone is now selling. Yeah, because the delta's showing that the selling pressure is on. But in order to sell, what has to happen? Someone has to buy. So when you see the deltas increasing like so, you think the sellers are stepping in, but you can't sell if no one buys. So the market maker is showing his presence, which is why now price is trying to move back up. Okay? Gap down in the chart right there. Very interesting. Zooming out, we can see the point of control. Monthly open. We are at the monthly open. That's very interesting. So we're going to see. We're at fair value right now. Bitcoin hasn't gone up or down in this month. We are sat right now at the monthly open. So we're going to know exactly if this is the point that they decide to pull it back. 9 p.m., ladies and gentlemen. Okay? It's 4 p.m. in the US. Okay? So we're going to know exactly where we stand. Keeping an eye out on that. Look at all these liquidations. Poor guys that have been getting smacked out of the zones. Looking at Bitcoin right now. Here we go. Zoom in. And you can see that they've got this. Now they're trying to just recover the zone. Here we go. Are they going to make the recovery back up on the red vector candle just to keep things in the fray? That's what it's like. Cardano back to 2. What's up, Harold, man? Why is no one helping? What's going on? Yeah, I still use MT4. I will always use MT4. Steve, calm down, bruv. Give me a second. Let this computer... Why is my computer doing this to me? I need to just try and delete some things. Switch off what's running. Don't understand why it's doing this to me. I find Phil quite interesting. Had some longs open today. Let's see. Yep. We just need to keep an eye out on Bitcoin right now, guys. They seem to have spiked the zone. Fast move is the false move. They've done it twice to us today. So now, is this the point that they decide to bring it back up to allow, by principle, Bitcoin just to come back into the fray to contain it in this zone? That's what we're about. I would prefer them that when they do these fast moves to the downside, guys, what you want to be mindful of is if they do bring things back up, they're going to do it slowly. So let's just see what they do. All right? Just keep an eye out on this zone right here. Yeah, if I do that, then I'm going to lose everything. Your trading view is lagging. Okay, TNO shift escape, see what hogging resources in Chrome. Yeah, I know what it could be as well, man. I've got MT4 running in the background. I've got all sorts of running on this computer. I haven't switched it off at all today. I should have switched it off, but yeah, you know the story, guys. When you're always watching charts and what have you, can be a little bit chaotic. Very interesting behavior, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody Evergrande. Very interesting with Evergrande. Internet. Nah, it's not internet connection. No way is it internet connection. Here we go. See, when we look on the higher time frames themselves, let's just drop onto the 4 hourly. I need to get rid of exo charts now. Okay, here we go. See, look. They haven't even tapped the 50 EMA just yet, but they've come down towards it. They've hit the cloud. Okay, they've released the liquidity at this point right here, but there's still more money for them to take. All right. Now, look, if this move was going to continue to the upside, okay, it would have been the finalization of the level 3 move to the upside. Okay, but it appears that we are still in level 2. Okay, level 2 has now formed on the 4 hourly an M formation, which on the actual daily time frame as well. Okay, you can see it's the same level cycle stroke. Okay, look. See, there wasn't a clean break away from the zone. So we're still back into the level 2 rise. Okay, so it's just a little bit of a pullback. But how long is this pullback going to last for? They've recovered 50% of the vector candle on the daily time frame itself, and they are containing it in the zone. See, when you look at price on the daily, it doesn't look like there's a problem right now, is it? You know, a holder's going to look at that and think, I can get it a bit cheaper. But things are not actually breaking down on the higher time frames. When you say the word crash and you look at the daily, you think to yourself, hold on a second, bro, where are you getting crash from, man? Bitcoin's still operating in and around its highs. It's fine, okay? But as a short-term day trader, when we look at the hourly, we tend to think to ourselves, okay, that looks like a little bit of a sharp move to the downside, okay? Which is what I am. I'm a short-term day trader. If you look at the 5-minute time frame, you look at it and you think, oh, my days, Bitcoin is crashing. No, it's not, okay? This is a classic example of manipulation in the zone. Just look at the way they're behaving. Look at the 50 EMA. How bent does that look? It's so bent in its formation. It's like, this is not what they normally do. Normal movements of the 50 EMA are like this. Nice fluctuations. Price moves away from the 50, comes back down towards it. Okay? But now we've got sharp patterns. Patrons will understand what this is. Outside the volatility band, back inside the volatility band. Principle would say that the RSI, now that it's crossed over the red signal line, tells us that it needs to come back up and break through the market signal, which is this yellow line, which is the RSI on the hour time frame. But it looks like pressure's pushing price down lower. So are we finished yet? We have broken key moving averages. So this is the point where the market maker shows his hand. Is this the zone that he decides to bounce from? Comes back up towards the 50 EMA. And if he does decide to do that, he'll be pulling back because he's gone below the daily open. This is what we're waiting to see. Principally, what you want to see is the 50 EMA coming here. And what you then want to see is you want to see price coming up towards that point, hit it one more time, come back down, stabilize, and then try and break out from it. Okay? That's what you're looking for. Will gold ever recover? Okay? Will gold go back down again? Well, look, this is what we need to understand about gold. Okay? Let me bring gold up right now for you. This is gold. Okay? Now, this was a pool of liquidity that I've been waiting for gold to take back. As you look left to the chart, you will see, if I zoom out, you can see at the top end right there, there's that liquidity right there. Okay? Gold may likely continue higher. There's a reason why gold has been moving up today. Okay? And I just don't like it. Gold could actually come back up and recover this previous point in the chart, as you can see here, with the wick right there. We've got that violet vector candle right there. Gold's come back up. It's gone way beyond its average move on a day-to-day basis. Excuse me. Habanero, thank you very much, my friend. Everything across the board is extended. They do need to retrace it back. There's been an influx of money coming into crypto, Forex. But what's weird is it looks like all the money came from crypto back into Forex. It's unbelievable, isn't it? Okay? You just need to keep an eye out on gold. Keep an eye out on gold. Okay, then. Where are we at, ladies and gentlemen? Where are we? Computer seems to be working fine right now. Happy days. Let's have a look at a couple of altcoins whilst that is happening. So Solana seems to continuously move its presence down. Everything seems to be just following Bitcoin. BNB breaking down. Let's have a look at the SPX. Let's S&P 500 index. Ooh, it's taken a beating, that has. Let's have a look at it on the higher time frame. Of course you're going to fill those gaps. Look at that gap getting filled right there. Recovery of the green vector candle. They recovered that gap right there as well. Sharp move down on the S&P 500, so a lot of stocks took a beating today. Okay. VRA, let's have a look at VRA. Oh, VRA, man. Look at this coin, man. It's done so well. And look, it's just gone beyond the range. Look at that. Gone beyond it. Broken the 200 EMA. Doesn't look like it even wants to stop. Could even come back down to the 0.55 zone. That's where it could come back down to. Keep an eye out on that. Altcoin bosses. Let's have a look at the altcoin bosses. Where are we at? Have a look at the losers. All right, so check this out. Super. Super on the 4-hour time frame is testing the 50 EMA. I'll check out MLM for you, bro. No problem. Look what Super's done. It's hit the 50 EMA. Okay? Keep an eye on Super. Because it could actually base out and move away from this point. If Bitcoin is going to stabilize and the dominance drops, then the altcoins could take precedence. Okay? Have a look at MLN. What's MLN? Wonderful. Okay, MLN, $130 a coin. Whoa, man, what's been going on with this bad boy? Look at these wicks. Unbelievable. Look at these wicks right here. Okay, there's a reason why they're containing this coin. Ah, my days, bro. What is this coin about? A lot of pump and dumps in this coin. Be careful with it, man. Given that it's $129 a coin, that is crazy. Be mindful of this, man, because if you're going to, if you hold quite a large amount of this coin right here, you're going to be in euphoric states all the time. Okay, you can go from $100 all the way up to $240. That is mad. Be careful with this coin, my friend. Okay, if you're going to day trade it, I would be very careful with it. Okay. Let's have a look at Shiba. Yeah, let's have a look at Shiba. What's Shiba doing? Shiba's bleeding as well. She's coming down towards this previous pool of liquidity. It's likely she's going to continue down lower. Deviation away from the 50 EMA. Looking at Zilliqa as well. Zilliqa, sharp move down. But to be honest with you guys, it wasn't anything that we didn't expect. Come on. Everything's been moving higher. Okay? Look at Coty. We were talking about Coty just a couple of days ago. Look at it. It's now coming all the way back down towards the previous pool of liquidity right there. Okay? The imbalance has happened there. They've come back down to regulate the chart. Okay? What other guys were winners? Right, see it. GRT. Here we go. See, GRT still moving upwards, and it's just taken a beating down towards the 50 EMA. So, principle would say that every time it hits the 50 EMA, it's going to bounce from that zone. So let's see how long this holds out for, ladies and gentlemen. Beta taking a battering again. But where is Beta right now? Look at that. They've come all the way down. They'll drop this down to 50 cents, man. Zek. I know a guy's been waiting for Zek. Can you go through some Forex players, please? Yes, I will. Uni's doing great. Consolidation for a while. I want to hear your thoughts on it. Bear with me a second, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, then. Cool. So, what we got? Zek pulling back down 4-hour time frame. Guys, it's all about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the leader into why everything is dropping. Okay? Whatever coin you pull up right now. All right? Let's have a look at Uni. Look at that. Absolute bleed in the chart. All coming down to imbalances in the chart. Okay? When you see these vector candles in the chart, you know at some point they're going to come back down to it. And look, they don't mess about, guys. Yes, they recovered it right there. If you look closely, you can see. They recovered that point right here. But then look, they came back down to that zone as well. Very interesting behavior by the market across the board, guys. Okay? Very interesting behavior. So I've got... So where are we at right now? Hold on a second. Why did Bitcoin drop? Look, Bitcoin dropped because they trapped people. That's why it dropped. Look at Theta, okay? Theta's now coming down, doing exactly the same thing. Aren't you seeing the pattern here, ladies and gentlemen? Okay? The pattern is everything seems to be doing what Bitcoin's doing. Bitcoin's the one that's causing the bleed across the board, okay? But what you need to try and keep in your minds is this. We've had the altcoins making mad gains to the upside. Bitcoin's been making mad gains to the upside, and it hasn't stopped. Okay? This is just a standard retrace. Bitcoin's not going to go down all the way to 20K from this point in the chart. Stop thinking about what happened last time, because there's different support in Bitcoin right now. Different money's entered into the market. We've got different market cap across the board. $2.9 trillion has been traded. Half of what the market, half of what Forex trades on a day-to-day basis. Do you understand the evolution of cryptocurrency? Okay, it's bringing more and more money. We've got new ETFs coming out. We've already got an ETF that's going to be encouraging Wall Street players to step in. Okay, these pullbacks are designed to get money out of the market to only put it back in. The retail trader that gets caught out in that crossfire, well, welcome to the hardest, easiest way to make money, guys, because that's what the game is. Okay, you're up against the smartest players in the game. You're up against a game that is managed. Could say rigged, but that's just going to trigger all the guys who are like, oh, conspiracy theory, no, market makers don't exist. If you want the proof of market makers existing, go onto any broker, any exchange out there, and just search for their liquidity provider. They'll tell you who their liquidity provider is, because they're not hiding. You can access the liquidity providers all day. Will they entertain you is a different story. No, unless you decide to run an exchange or become a broker, okay, you're going to need a liquidity provider. Because if you've got millions of people on a base, for example, Binance, millions of people use Binance. Do you think Binance provides liquidity for people to trade? No chance. It's the middleman. Your relationship is with the market maker, not with Binance. Binance is just that it provides you the tools. Why do you think they charge you limit orders and market orders? That's their business. Tino, Bitcoin looks like April right now. 3 new all-time highs. Slower momentum after large initial pump from summer lows. This is the problem that I have, okay? The problem that I have with looking at what happened with cryptocurrency back then is different now. What was the market cap back then? Where was the support then? None. Where was the adoption? None. Well, not none, but not as much, okay? People talking about Bitcoin right now is different to what they were talking about before. Before it was snubbed. Now they're trying to rush in and try and get as much of it as they can. Different sets of support, ladies and gentlemen. You know? That's the truth. Well, Alex, that's the principle. We do expect that the midweek reversal point is Thursday, okay? What if this is the reversal going into Thursday? What if they actually reverse price? What if they actually drop price down lower, recover this green vector candle, and bring Bitcoin back to its nominal state right here where they were working the zones? Because this is really the only place that they can move Bitcoin back to. Once they've moved it back to this point, then we're probably going to see a boring movement by Bitcoin, the same as we saw over these last few days. Okay? Not going anywhere. Altcoins were making mad gains to the upside, but Bitcoin was sitting tight. Then Bitcoin makes a mad move to the upside. Happy days. Okay? I think that's what's going to happen from now up until the end towards the weekend. We're just going to see price stabilizing. A stock market crash is worse than a divorce. You lose half your money and your wife's. What a funny joke. That is funny. A stock market crash is worse than a divorce. You lose half your money and your wife is still around. That's a bit awkward. That's terrible. But the takeaway for tonight's live, ladies and gentlemen, is this. If you watched the stream earlier on, okay, we need to understand how this move was going to play out. Okay, now for anybody new that's passed through into the stream, in order to understand this behavior, we're going to go through this chart one more time. Okay, so this was a chart that I took earlier on. We gave it over to the Patreons to talk about the price action and what to expect. Okay, how were we to understand this behavior by price? Now, I didn't know Bitcoin was going to take an absolute annihilation to the downside, but I expected it to come back down towards this point in the chart. Okay, but the only reason we understood that is because of these wicks to the upside on how they were manipulating the zone and fulfilling the orders of the retail trader. So if you go back in the charts, ladies and gentlemen, and look for these points in the chart right here, you will understand when you see a big fast move and there's no continuation or follow through and they drift price slowly up and down and hit the orders because the moon boy stepping in and trying to be aggressive to try and move price higher, he ends up paying the price with a nice drop to the downside, and Bitcoin ain't stopping either. Look at that. An absolute bleed to the downside. Bitcoin is actually now making people pay, but it's working the zone. We've got this pools of liquidity right here, which they are likely to come and realize. So just be mindful, guys. Okay? These fast moves to the downside could release a lot of liquidation points, but Bitcoin hasn't pulled back aggressively in a long time. It's always been controlled. Okay? The fact that they have just thrown off the moving averages on the 15-minute time frame, even on the 1-hour time frame, look at it. It's completely broken the zones, but it hasn't taken out the 200 EMA. We are waiting for a test of the 200 EMA because that's when they last made a move off it. So true value or true interest should be coming in at this point in the chart, ladies and gentlemen. But I want to see them recover this point in the chart right here. Okay? Yes, it is more than a minor drop. People call it a crash, but it's a minor drop. Okay? Absolutely minor drop. How many of you are in the room? 1,400 of you in the room. Be sure to like the stream, guys. We don't like to ask much of it. I keep badgering you guys about liking the stream. It's free of charge to do. I like you. I hope you like me. That's so cheesy, man. My days. Let me get a cheeseburger on that. My God, what's going on? Okay, then. What else? Let's have a look at Ethereum. Ethereum doing the same thing. She's recovered fully the vector candle, and she's tapped this pool of liquidity right here. So you've got to be careful. All right. We are now getting tested. Market makers are testing the zone. That's what they're doing. Okay. Thank you very much, guys. Mad love and respect to all of you, man. Mad love and respect. Can you check? Hold on. Diamond Fox, what's that say? Repsol on the BME, please. What is that? What is that, stock? Here we go. Yeah. W formation holding at the 200 EMA. If we've got any pools of liquidity, any gaps in the chart, they're likely to realize them. Got a big pool of liquidity right there. And this is, I'm guessing, a stock. So you could see a rise, retrace, continuation. Like I said to you guys, any stock, anything, whatever it is, it's probably going to be doing the same thing what they do in cryptocurrency because they do it across the whole board. Okay. Let me have a look at the total market cap itself, just to put things into perspective. Here we go. Ouch. Ouch. Very ouch. Very ouch. Look at that. Money is leaving the charts, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. $2.962 trillion, and they've just shifted completely all of it. No, most of this move to the upside. Complete recovery. It's dropping hard. All right, I need to get Bitcoin up. Is Bitcoin still tanking? Here we go. Bitcoin's bleeding. There's the recovery of the candle vectors, ladies and gentlemen. They are absolutely ripping this zone apart. This is where they should be actually turning. Sit tight. This is on the 1 hour time frame. Vector candles on the 15-minute time frame could be present. Red vectors. No vector candle on the 50-minute time frame. 800 EMA on the chart. 200 EMA on the hourly. This is the point where they need to turn. Okay, this is where they stabilize. There's the pullback right there. 50% retracement of the vector candle. Now it looks like they could try and stabilize price at this point because it's too much of a fast move to the downside, man. Unbelievable. Unbelievable drop. But this is a gift. Fair play, Paul. Yes, emergency thumbnails are going to be coming very soon. Urgent, emergency. Bitcoin crashing, Bitcoin dumping. Don't fall for it, guys. This is natural. This is healthy. But let me put things into perspective for you. Just look at the daily time frame. What does that tell you, ladies and gentlemen? We have ourselves our first red vector candle on the first move to the upside. Does that tell you something? Every time you see a red vector candle, there's a chance it's going to come back up towards it. So this is the one zone that we are likely to see price come back up to based on how it pulls back. If it pulls back on the daily time frame and drops even lower, we know at some point they're going to come back to this point in the chart. Okay? I'm so glad that that's the first red vector candle we've seen in several days. Look at that. In over 2.5 weeks, nearly a whole month. Okay? That's the first red vector candle. This is the sign that the market makers are now buying Bitcoin cheaper at the highest possible point in the chart. Okay? So keep an eye on it. I can't bring up Bookmap right now, my man. I can't bring it up right now. Here we go. Let's see what's going on. They're bleeding the zone, ladies and gentlemen. It's now or never. Here it is. Here it is. Here's the move. The recovery of the zone. Shoo. Wow. Nice, nice, nice. Look at that drop. Look at that drop. They are paying the price. Liquidation City. Come on, turn into a red vector. It needs to turn into a red vector candle. What's going on? They are bleeding this. Recovery of the green vector candle. Look at that. Final point right here. This is the point that they could finalize this move from. It's just such a sharp move, ladies and gentlemen. It was bound to happen, guys. Come on, there's the first recovery. Next zone. Are you going to recover that point? Bitcoin bleeding out. Sharp movement. On the 1 minute time frame, you're going to see some interesting behavior. Look at that. Look at that bleed. The sharpest move is going to happen very shortly, guys. Very sharp move. Blue vector candle in the zone. Shifting back up. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Are you enjoying the ride is the question. How many of you are enjoying the ride? $64,000. Whole and half numbers, guys. Keep an eye out on them. Brilliant. Absolute annihilation of the zone. But they've come back to the same spot they were previously, so don't get too worried. Okay? If Bitcoin breaks down below 60k, then there's an issue. Okay? Look at how fast they're moving. Unbelievable. Love it. Red vector candle on the 15-minute time frame. We've now got 5 whole minutes until the start of a new 30-minute candle. If you look at the 30-minute candle, that too is also a vector candle, I hope. There it is. The move back up, if it happens, is going to be very sharp, guys. So just be careful. It's a haven for the shorts, but oh my days. The retrace is going to be even better. It's going to correct to 37k. Oh, wow. You know what? Here we go. Next zone. We've even got this pool of liquidity right here. Man, I timed this stream very correctly. Look at that. Doing it very sharply. It's going to change, guys. Keep an eye out on the charts. Hold on to your horses, guys. At what point has the market maker just killed all the retail traders and he's going to snap price back up? This is going to be a massive wick. But the problem is, guys, they're going to come back down to this wick. That they will bring price back up. Okay, this is what will happen. They will bring price back up from this point. Okay, and then they will just drift price slowly down towards it. and then they're just going to spend the rest of the week trying to stabilize and bring in price up and down to slowly recover the zone. Okay? That's exactly what they're going to do. It is wild, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? Unbelievable timing. Mad love and respect for everyone passing through to the stream. If you are new to the channel, thank you very much for passing through, man. Mad love and respect to all of you. Yes, all long orders got filled. Happy days. Everyone was getting greedy. This is true. I say it bottoms at a pin to the 60. Then we hold on for the rise, bends, and ensure that speed. Fair enough. Okay. Yes, this is exactly like El Salvador. Do you remember? This is like El Salvador. All right. Average weekly range. Yep. Bounced off it to a T. Look at the sharp pullback. New 30-minute candle. 4 minutes time. Look how sharp this move is. Want to see something interesting? Look at the 1 minute time frame. Look how sharp it is up there. Sharp movement. No green vectors. Don't trust it. Go back to the 30-minute time frame. We've got a new 30-minute candle starting in 4 minutes time, guys. Keep an eye out. Wonderful gains. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Look at this. They've recovered every vector candle in the zone so far. Everything else has been fully recovered, bar this candlestick right here. Well, this candlestick actually has been recovered, okay? But look at what they've done. All the imbalances in the chart right here have now been stabilized. They've now brought price back to those zones, recovered the liquidity, hit the liquidation points. They've gone long at the lowest possible point at the highest range. All right? This is what it's about, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. We said exactly that. They're going to wick this out. Problem is they're going to travel back down to that wick because this is, yet again, another imbalance in the chart. Okay? Here we go. 3 minutes left. 3 minutes left on the chart, guys, until the new 30-minute candle comes in. They're going to try and keep it in this range right now. They've come back. Last week's high has been achieved. They've successfully kept that zone. Unbelievable. Yeah, it's always... Listen, understand this. We know that they're going to come back down to these candlesticks. How they do it is irrelevant. We just know at some point they're going to do it. You see, with this system, ladies and gentlemen, it's understanding the when. We're trying to master the when. We know they're going to come back down to these points at some stage, okay? Today, they gave us the stop hunt rise, commit the liquidity to the upside, shift out of the zone. Done. You know? What does Bookmap say about the orders? Bookmap is showing... All right, I'm going to bring Bookmap up right now. It's probably going to completely annihilate my computer, but you know what? Who cares? But I'll show you what Bookmap is saying right now. Give me 2 minutes. Let it load up itself. Okay, then. Here we go. Ah, come on. Come on. Don't do this to me. It is a taxation. It really is a taxation. Moment of silence for the longs. 1 more minute until a new 30-minute candle comes in. That's going to make the decision. That's going to determine exactly if they're going to come back down, recover this whole wick to just throw everybody off again because everyone's decided to go long. Okay, here we go. I'm going to get the Bookmap up. You're going to see it bright as day. Here we go. Break it down here. Keep an eye on the chart right there. Now, this Bookmap, ladies and gentlemen, is the live of Bitcoin across 5 exchanges. Okay, Binance, FTX, GDAX, and Kraken. Okay, we're just waiting for it to show its orders, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. Here we go. So I need to just let it load just a couple of seconds, and it will show itself. I'll put it into perspective so you guys can see it in a sec. Here we go. That should sort that out. Okay, then, just for the time being, I'll keep it on this image right now. So what you're seeing in front of you, ladies and gentlemen, is anything to the left of the chart are orders live in the order book, okay, that have been filled. Some have been cancelled. And these are the orders that are due to get processed into the order book. You can see there's a ton of orders at 65,200. Here we go. Start of a new 30-minute candle is looking to push price back up, okay, if they are finished with this zone. So we should then see orders that are coming at the lows right here. The buy limit orders need to be containing price to show support so that they can then start hitting the orders up here at the 65,300 zone. The darker the color, the more liquidity there is. However, you've got to remember as well, guys, okay, these orders on the right side of this white line, okay, look at that. Do you see how it's got darker? More orders are coming into the order book. So people are favoring higher prices. It's getting darker now. People want higher prices. So now price is going to be looking to coming back up. Okay, that's what we understand. Nothing happening down here. People are wanting higher prices. The imbalance itself is showing me the order book imbalance is favoring limits. Actually, it's favoring the limit sales. Yeah, so price should be going higher. Okay, so are they finished with the zone just yet? We've got a V-shaped pattern right there on the order book. It is quite a chaotic thing. This program is the order book. It's the order book which gives you the live feed of Bitcoin across the board on 5 platforms, guys. Okay? 5 exchanges right now. I'm getting the feed from 5 exchanges on where the orders are being placed for Bitcoin. As you can see, the 65,100 zone, look at that. Did you see that? A moment ago, it was dark and then it disappeared. So they're taking orders off, trying to get them filled sooner, and they're moving price higher. So naturally, price is going to edge towards that high. Okay, it keeps getting lagged because it's still loading the historical data. We should expect Bitcoin now to come back up and recover this vector candle because the inbound, look at that, all those orders right there. They're going to try and recover those orders very shortly. We should see a nice little pump up in in a couple of moments. Let's see what happens. Oh, come on, man, this chart. Unbelievable. Here we go. There it is. Big pump. Get those orders filled. I need to close a couple of programs. I need to get rid of them. I need to close that. I need to close that program. That should solve the problem. There we go. Here we go. There it is. You see that? They've come back up, recovered that zone. Now those orders are static in the chart. They're going to hold. So principle would say that price can't really come back down again. It can, but the support is coming in. So orders should be coming in this zone right here to hold the price zone right here. Okay, that's how I understand the book map. If you zoom out even a little bit more, you can see where there's more liquidity at higher prices. You can see 65,800 is the zone, which sits in line with the recovery of the red vector candle. Sharp move down, sharp move back up, guys. They just took out all those liquidation points. They've made them pay the price. Okay? That's why I bang on about telling you guys, pay yourselves, pay yourselves. Look at the money coming into the chart right now. Yeah, orders are all coming in, stacked to the upside. The limits are favored. The limit sales are favorable right now. That's what it's at. Petition for a new computer. No, that's not the problem, man. Listen, let me tell you something, right? I batter this computer, man. I put this computer to the test. I'm running a laptop with 3070 graphics card. The RAM is decent, so I push it to the test, man. I really do push it to the test. Pay attention to this, guys. Look what's happening, okay? When you see these spike orders, yeah, those are... From what I understand, the bots are actually coming in, placing orders, okay? Now look at this, all right? Where is my mouse? There it is. See all these orders that are coming in here? This is the point that they're going to try and hold from. So principle would say that the price now should continue higher from this point. This is how I understand the book map, okay? It needs to continue from this point because limit orders are being placed at this point right here to keep price higher. So then we should see price moving upwards, which by then we should then start seeing orders coming in into the chart up here because there's a lot of support right here, a lot of support. So let's just see if they do decide to bring price higher from this point. Look at that. Just in case they're keeping price there. Order, look at that big sell right there. Big sell. Is that the market maker going long? Look at how the orders are coming in now. Let's see if we do actually see them move higher. I'm waiting for them to move price higher. Man, I need to take my inhaler, man. I'm losing my mind. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. See, look, do you see that? See how all the orders have disappeared now, okay? They've disappeared. So price should now slowly come back up because they've taken those orders now. They keep popping them in and out. They're called spoofs to encourage people to get in at those points because there are people and institutional traders watching this chart. They're watching the order flow, okay? And it's just trying to get the best possible fills. You can see bright as day. There's nothing down here at 64, so they ain't going to be moving down there anytime soon. They've just done the damage there. It's all between the 64,700 and the 65,600 zone. So they're going to work this zone right here. We should see it come up. Let me just change the candlestick so that it actually shows us on the smaller time frames. Get the 1 minute candlestick done. Here we go. Let's see how the move develops. Oh, big order there. Big order. Is he going to get filled? Cancelled. It's now coming out. Get filled. We should see some big bubble. These bubbles show the delta between the buy and the sell. Okay? We should see some big orders coming in. Volume needs to come into the chart right now. Come on. Give me that volume. Should see a big bubble coming very shortly. There it is. There's that big order there. Volume at the bottom right there's come in. Bitcoin still holding the zone. Testing the limit buys again. The actual order book itself skewed to the limit sells. It needs to go higher. Give me that big bubble. Come on. Make the move higher. And for the record, again, this is Bitcoin's order flow across 5 exchanges. Bitstamp, Binance, FTX, GDAX, and Kraken. Okay? This is the point where we should see it coming back up. It keeps seeing the limit buys getting set right here. They want to contain the zone. But they keep disappearing. Look at that. Oof. See that? Nice little dump in price. At some point, we should see a move up. Because these orders up here are staying static in the chart, in the order flow as well, in the order book. Oh, see those orders that just come in there? Those are bots, man. Those are algorithms. Those are algorithms working the ranges, ladies and gentlemen. Big moves are coming in, guys. A big move to the upside's coming in from this point. So this is where they're likely to recover the vector candle. Okay? Excuse me. Look at all this order coming in, man. They do not want it to go lower, but at the same time, it needs to come down here to get filled. So at most, we could see the 64,600 get hit again. But they're trying their hardest on the vector candle to try and recover this zone. Where we at? 2 more minutes until a new 5-minute candle. There's your order, ladies and gentlemen. That's where the money's coming in. Here we go. We should see some more green candles, green bubbles right here. Look at all those orders coming into the order book to getting filled. Notice nothing else is happening down here now. So we should see a push up. Unbelievable. Unbelievable price action right here. Look, they're eating these orders back up. Look at that. See that there? See, pay attention to this book map, man. This book map gives you the depth of the orders coming in. You're going to understand how this candlestick is going to form if it's going to be the candlestick that holds price and tries to work its way back up, okay? Because of the amount of orders that have been coming in. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Who we got in the room? Mad love and respect to everyone passing through to the Traders Reality channel. Be sure to like and subscribe, guys. Thank you so much for passing through. And I hope it's actually bringing you some insight into understanding how this marketplace really does work. Okay? Pattern watchers, mad love and respect to you, man. Yes, they are executed market orders, but they're also, I've changed the settings on them to show me the delta between the delta pressure of sellers and buyers, but we translate that differently. Okay? Thank you very much, guys. Mad love and respect to all of you, man. Thank you so much. The tool that you've got here, guys, is called the book map. There's a free version, so you can go and download that. All right, but there's also a paid version as well. Okay, then, guys, listen. I want to thank you all for being with me tonight. If you are new to the channel, welcome aboard. My name is Tino, and you've just tuned to the Traders Reality Show. show some love to the pattern watchers, or should I say pattern watchers, show some love to all the new people passing through to the channel. I'll be back again tomorrow at 2 p.m. to stream. But guys, as always, remember, don't get caught out in the chaos of the market. Let them move price, and then naturally price needs to recover certain zones. These are the imbalances in the chart, okay? Guys, one more time, God bless all of you. Mad love and respect, and I will catch up with you guys tomorrow. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Trade well. I've got nothing but love for you guys. See you in a bit. Peace.